So we're back. All right, so anyway, generic intro. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the show. I'm under the hood of the G8. It's probably been about like 2 weeks. I'm under the hood of the G8 right now. It's been about 2 weeks since I actually uploaded a video. Why? Because as you guys can see, I've been looking all over South Jersey basically for an engine hoist. And I've been posting on social media and stuff like that, like, yo, I need an engine hoist. I need to keep this content coming, and I need to crank out these videos so I can hurry up and swap out this LS before the summertime is over and go out there and go racing. So as of today, I think today's Tuesday, the last Tuesday of June or whatever, I went on Let Go. Yeah, I went on Let Go. Someone actually posted a engine hoist today, and I'm like, yo, I got some cash. What's up? So luckily I was able to get this complete used unit for like $100. Mosquitoes are everywhere. We're not in yeah, I'm all over the place right now because I'm actually trying to record this video before the sun go down, and I'm trying to do as much as I can. So it's the introductory. We're not in the gravel garage. We're actually in my backyard. Okay, so we got to try to make it work. So I guess I can actually title this video Step 1 of the LS swap. Okay, so let me get the camera and show you guys actually what's going on. How do I reverse the camera once I start a video? Oh yeah, once again, I'm recording this video on me iPhone. Ooh, wait, can I, what's this button? All right, that button does nothing. The sun is in my face, so I really can't see what's going on. So I'm gonna try to record like this. This is gonna be the basic thing right here. In the meantime, I'm actually in the grass. Okay, so tomorrow I'm gonna go stop at one of the big box stores and get some ground contact plywood, a couple 4x8 sheets. I'm gonna lay that under the car. That way I can, you know, like jack it up and stuff like that, get the jack stands up under it and roll around the engine hoist and things like that. But in the meantime, before I get that, this is actually going to be like step 1. Okay, so as you guys see the engine, the first thing you want to do, disconnect all the electric from the car and the engine bay and stuff like that. What I mean is like the wire harness. So I really can't give you guys on a how to disconnect the wire harness. So first thing you probably want to do, let me get down up under there. I can't do everything with one hand. Okay, so boom. And the sun is all in my face. Oh my God. Maybe if I do it like this. Okay, so like I said, first thing you want to do, disconnect the electric. Second thing you want to do, take the valve cover off. I can't show you guys exactly or give you guys like a how to disconnect the wire harness from the engine. Just disconnect every connector you basically see that's tied to the engine. And if it's not tied to the engine, the best thing I'd probably say is disconnect it. But if you're doing a swap like this, there's a good chance that you guys got common sense, or at least have some type of car knowledge, hot rodding, you know, stuff like that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna dive in, disconnect some of the most common stuff right here. You're probably gonna need like needle nose pliers, cutters, flathead screwdriver, and a Phillips screwdriver. Because like I said, you're just disconnecting the electric for right now. Also, by the way, I'm gonna try to remove the engine and the transmission at once. It's just probably gonna be easier for me to do it. For those of you who probably wanna keep that weak, I think it's a 4L50E transmission that comes behind these 6-cylinder engines. They're only good for about 300 foot-pounds torque max. Any LS swap is really going to rip that transmission apart, even if you're gentle on it, even if you get a 4.8, which is a 4.8 is like what, 20 to 30 less horsepower from 5.3. So if you want to keep that corny trans in here, you can. Like I said, I'm going to yank everything out at once. So let me just stop running my mouth and get on up in here. Quick status update. Disconnected the air filter, the hosing, the box, the clamps, the PCV valve, connecting hose, all that has been taken out. All that's laying out over there. Paid a little humming noise, no mind. All right, we already know it. We already know what it is. It's summertime. Mosquitoes is out, and like I said, it's about 7 o'clock. It's not as hot out. So that's it. Yeah, it's not as hot out, so the mosquitoes are coming out. So what I'm actually going to work to right now is disconnecting this. See what I mean? Like everything that you see that has a connector on this car, you want to disconnect. This here, I can leave that alone. That's actually on like the engine harness. I may disconnect that later. All right, so there we go. Disconnect little stuff like this. So like I said, I can't do this and record at the same time, but I'm giving you guys an idea of what you actually have to do. So I'm gonna try to disconnect as much electronics as I can. Then after the electronics, I may disconnect some air conditioning lines and freon lines and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to not to disconnect the air conditioner. I'll let you know how that plays out. But like I said, when I pull engines and stuff before, this is always like the first thing I did. I would disconnect the electrical, and then I would work over to the radiator hoses. And then after that, I will probably move back to the heater core hoses and stuff like that. Then I will work over, I believe these are fuel lines. Then I will work over and disconnect the fuel lines and stuff like that. Also, another good tip before you actually start this, disconnect the battery. And if you are going to pull the engine, try to remove all the fluids. If you're going to pull the trans, drain the transmission. If you're going to pull the engine, obviously drain all the oil out of the engine. And just to help clean things up a little bit, since you're going to be disconnecting the radiator hoses, go ahead and drain the cooling system also. It just helps with a cleaner type of it makes you look more professional. Okay, have some rags too, because when you go and disconnect these power steering hoses, it is definitely going to leak. So either have a container standby so you can catch all that stuff, or you're just careless and you're in the shop, just go ahead and let it run out on the ground. All right, so let me get back into it. Let me keep disconnecting some more stuff, and whatever, I'll get back to you. All right, I'm out. Man, all right, so I got like caught up in the zone of what I was doing, and I forgot to pick the camera back up. But in the meantime, I told you guys pretty much what you have to do in step 1 of the LS swap. Even though I already done it, I'm gonna give you guys a walkthrough of what I've done, because right now it's about like 8 o'clock, and I have to get to the bottom of the engine and disconnect a few wires and stuff from up under there, and then I gotta start breaking out the heavy tools. I did not disconnect all of the fuel lines, but I did disconnect the 2 heater hoses from the engine. I did not disconnect them from the firewall. All right, so we're gonna go left from right, okay? So on this side, we disconnected our fuse box. Okay, we took all the stuff from out of there. We disconnected the connectors that are going to, the 2 connectors that I have that are going to my computer. I disconnected as much electrical connectors from the top of the engine as I did. Also, down here, don't forget to disconnect your alternator cable. And also, I think it was right here on the side, there was a ground cable bolt right there. As you guys can see, PCV hoses and stuff, that's all got disconnected. Throttle body cables got disconnected, and I disconnected the bottom lower radiator hose from the radiator. As you can see, I completely disconnected the top radiator. I said that completely crazy. Radiator hose. I pried up, not really pried, there's like a little clip right here on the side. You can just pull that out. This actually slides up, and then you can toss it to the side. I gotta turn my fan back on. Whew. The mosquitoes out here are like just treating me like a buffet. So that's why I'm actually gonna cut this first video kind of short. I gotta come out here with like citronella candles and stuff like that and keep these guys off of me. What else did I do over here? Like I said, this is just the basics. Okay, you're disconnecting every engine harness cable off of here, because you never know, you may need like a connector or something like that. So I disconnected all that. I even went back here, as you can see, disconnected the wire harness from back here, all back here. I did not disconnect the ignition coils and stuff like that, because that's, as you can see, it's probably going to come out all together. So I did not disconnect any of that. And even if I go to start yanking on this thing and it gets caught up, it's right on top. It's really not going to give me much of a headache. Also, one of the final things, or probably the first things you guys probably want to do, let me get this back over here so you know what I'm talking about. This right here, okay? This is it would be real foolish of you guys to go and pull the engine and then like this main battery cable over here is hanging you up. So you disconnect that. It's going to be a bolt right here, okay? As you see, disconnect that, pull that out, and pull that out. And that wire harness is going to come all the way down here. You can pop, there you go, pop those cables off of there, and boom. See, easy peasy. And this cable runs all the way down over there to, you know, the fuse panel, fuse box, or whatever. I did not disconnect the transmission lines yet. Like I guys told you, I did not disconnect any of the fuel lines. Okay, I did disconnect the harness over here. Oh, let me turn this fan. Gotta turn this fan up. I know it's probably going to make the video really, really corny right now as far as the audio. All right, so I disconnected the connector there. I did not disconnect this fuel line back here either. I can't do that to you guys. Let me just turn this fan off. I can suck it up. I can get bit. I can get bit. I can do it. So that's basically it. So as you guys see, disconnect as much as you can. This is a layout of all the tools. Okay, where's the other one? Give you guys a layout of what you need right here for step one. Okay, so as you see, these are all the tools that I use to get this far. Okay, channel locks, flathead, Phillip, pliers, small adjustable pliers, and some cutters. That's really all you needed for step one. And as you see, here's the fuel box. Not fuel box, but here's the fuse box right up here. Oh, look at that. We're running low on battery juice. And here's the air cleaner. Here's the cover. There's that. What was that? I think that was the upper. Yeah, that was the upper radiator hose. Okay. And a little bit of stuff that I threw away in the trash, such as like clips, padding, PCV hose, and stuff like that. So as you guys see, this is basically step one. Disconnect as much electrical as you need to. All right. Let me get the camera going like this. So guys, like I said, this is basically all the tools that I use right here just to break everything down. Other than that, I got to set up the base platform. Like I told you guys earlier, I got to get some plywood, probably some bricks. I already have jack stands and stuff like that. We got the engine hoist. So we're really going to be rolling. I want to get a safe foundation under the car so I can get under the car, lift it up, jack it up, disconnect a little bit of electronics and stuff. And then step two is going to be moving on to fuel, transmission, and drivetrain and stuff like that. Because like I said, I want to yank everything out at once. All right, so I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you drop a like on this video and stay tuned for part two. We're going to be rolling, baby. That's all that was holding us up, was this cherry picker. Like I said, we're going to be rolling. All right, we already got the block. We already got the wire harness. We got the trans, and you guys are going to figure out how to do this on your own, man. We're going to make G8 history here. All right, so don't forget to drop a like. Hope you guys will come back for part two. Peace.